Haribol, Hare Krishna, Danu Pranam to all Vaishnavas. Such a nice day, such a nice evening, such a nice opportunity to once again be with you for Sunday Sangha of Iskcon Coventry. It's really nice. We look forward for this day and time, this moment to escape with you and have really, really nice time, nice Krishna conscious time. Thank you so much again, living all the important priorities in your life and giving time to this wonderful evening program. Thank you so much. And to begin with, I, Prem Prakash Gaurdas, would like to again welcome you in this program. And to begin with our program, we want to take our blessings of our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, and that Srila Prabhupada Aarti is going to be done by wonderful young devotees, Kunal and Aditi, and Pujaji will be doing Aarti at the temple, of course. And then after that, we are going to have a short video of Srila Prabhupada having nectar of instruction from none other than Srila Prabhupada. Following that, we are going to bhajan and kirtan section. That's the wonderful section. We all look forward to listening to all beautiful bhajans. I know you will be waiting for that. And then after that, we'll be having a class given by none other than His Grace Raghupati Das Prabhu, followed by Aarti sections. This evening, Alpaka and Mataji and family are going to do Aarti, and then Jai Krishna is going to do Namaste Narasimha prayers, followed by few announcements, and we'll take your blessings for the next week. And not to waste any more moments, let's begin with Srila Prabhupada Aarti. Kunal and Aditi, if you are ready, please turn on your video.
Shri Guru Charano Paro Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bandhamoye Savadhana Mate Jaharo Prasad Bhai He Bhavo Toriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hai Jahan Hote Guru Mukha Padmavato Chitte Koya Oito Arna Kori Homani Asha Shri Guru Sarane Roti Eliseyo Tamagoti Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Sakshadana Vinare Janme Janme Prabhu Shri Divagana Hide Prakashita Deva Bhakti Jaha Hoite Ave Jave Nasarati Vede Gaina Haro Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janaro Bandhu Lokana Lokana Jivana Prabhupada Lokana Jivana আহা প্রভু করুণায়া দেহ মোরে পাদ ছায়া
to go downstairs.
এ বিরল সুসূত্রে ভুবন প্রভু পাদ পতিত পাবন দুই পাদে রয়েন শরণ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ নমঃ বিষ্ণুপাদায় কৃষ্ণ পৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামিনে প্রেমামি নমস্তে সারস্বতে দেবে গৌরবাণী প্রচারিণে নির্বিশেষাতুল্যবাদী পাশ্চাত্যারে প্রসারিণে জয় শ্রীকৃষ্ণ শ্রীকান্ত প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্তবৃন্দ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল ওরা হরি বল विष्णुपाद परम हंस परिवार का आचार्य श्री श्रीमद अवैचरण आनंद भक्ति विष्णु प्रभात की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय शिला प्रभुपाद गुरु पूजा की जय गुरु महाराज की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी जय
Hare Krishna, Dandatam. Thank you, Pujaridhi. Thank you, Sachinand Prabhu, so much for joining in for the case and for last moment. I think there was some technical problem in Kunal and Aditi to join. So we will just ask them if they are ready. They can probably do another part of Kirtan, but we'll see. And now we are going to a very beautiful, instructive lecture by Srila Prabhupada. This is wonderful time to have instructions, nectar of instructions, I'll call it, from Srila Prabhupada. So Sudarshan Prabhu, if you are ready, please bring the video in.
नियमेन तिष्ठन् नाना अवतार अकरत् भुवनेषु किन्तु Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Puman Jo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramante Yogina Anante Sat Satya Nande Chidatmani Iti Rama Padena Asau Parabrahma Iti Avidhiyate Ramadi Murti Sakalanyamena Tishtan Rama Nishinga Baraha Baman Parasuram Balaram Buddha. There are innumerable incarnations of the Supreme Personality of God. Ramadi, of whom Lord Ramchandra is the chief. So, Ramadi Murti Sakalanyamena Tishtan. Krishna simultaneously existing with his innumerable incarnation, like Rama Nishinga Varaha ityadi. Ramadi Murti Sakalanyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarat. So Krishna accepted so many innumerable incarnations, but the Supreme Personality, Paramapurusha, is Krishna. Ramadi Murti Sakalanyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarat Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava. In spite of his coming in different multi-incarnations, he personally also descends. Krishna Swayam Samabhava Parama Pumanaju, the Supreme Personality, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. This is the prayer offered by Lord Brahma. Then again, in the Sattata Puran, the explanation of Rama is given. Rama, the word comes from the Ramadhat, Ramante. Ramante means fulfilling desires. So, Ramante Yogina Anante. Those who are yogis, Karmik Jnani and Yogi. And amongst the yogis, the Bhakta Yogi is the topmost. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgata antaratmana sadhyavan bhajate jo ma same yuktatamo mat. So yogis, they are not interested with material enjoyment, because material enjoyment is temporary. So Ramante Yogina Anante. Everyone is seeking after happiness, blissful life. But those who are less intelligent, Mura, they are satisfied with temporary so-called happiness of material existence. But yogis are not like that. Yogis are interested in the permanent happiness. Ramante Yogina Anante, not Ante. Antavattu imang diha. Anta means this body. Antavattu ime diha. Nitta Sokta Sharirina. But within the body, the proprietor of the body is Nitta. So Nitta Nityanam. If I am Nitya, eternal, then I should be interested in eternal happiness. But the eternal happiness is not possible to enjoy by this body. Therefore it is said, Ramante Yogina Anante. So Ananta Raman, that is the description of Rama. Rama means Ananta Ananda, unlimited happiness. Iti Rama Padenaso Parabrahma Vidhiyate. Rama is Parabrahma and Krishna is also Parabrahma. Krishna is recognized by Arjuna after understanding Bhagavad Gita. Parabrahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. So there is no difference between Rama and Krishna. Krishna is also Parabrahma and Rama is also of Lord Ramchandra. So we, Vaishnava, we have equal faith and obeisances to all Vishnu Murtis, Ramadi Murtis, Ram, Nisingha, Varaha, Narayan, Mahavishnu. There are Advaita, Achyuta, Anadi, Ananta Rupam. But we, Gauriya Vaishnava, or Madhya Gauriya Vaishnava, we are worshippers of Lord Krishna Murti. Lord Ramchandra's Murti and Krishna's Murti, there is no difference. But, as I have already explained, Krishna, Parabrahma, full-fledged. And Lord Ramchandra is also Parabrahma, but he did not exhibit his full-fledged opulence. These are very confidential things, but still, on the birthday of Lord Ramchandra, we offer our respectful obeisances at his lotus feet, so that he may be merciful upon us to bestow his bhakti, devotional service. We are all fallen souls. We have no power to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But as it is directed by the Shastra, Sevan Mukhihi Jivado Sameva Spuratada. So, although there is no difference between Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, but one devotee is attracted by one feature of the Lord and the other is attracted by other feature. Sometimes it so happened that Krishna disappeared from the Rasa dance and the gopis were very much eager to find out Krishna again. So, when they were too much eager to see Krishna where he is, Krishna appeared as Narayana, four-handed Narayana. The gopis saw Narayana Murti but did not become attracted by him. All the gopis said, "Oh, he is Narayana. Let us offer respect," and they went on. Actually, there is no difference between Krishna and Narayana. But gopis were not very much interested with Narayana. They wanted Krishna, although there is no difference between Narayana and Krishna. Similarly,
Hare Krishna. Dhanush Pranam to all. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for enlightening lecture by Srila Prabhupada. It's a wonderful lecture where Srila Prabhupada is trying to explain the importance of giving respect to Ramachandraji as well as Krishna, where there is no difference, but only the difference in the mood of a devotee, the way they want to associate with the pastimes of the Lord, and that is very important. That's something which Srila Prabhupada is trying to enlighten us, and we should all understand Ram Navami is approaching now, probably after next week, the mood of Ramnavami will start, and then the Kartik will start. So, building up to that mood, we had a wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. My Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much. And now we are going to get into our Bhajan and Kirtan section. Recently, we have a new candidate who sings really well, hidden talent. Obviously, she was singing earlier as well, but now she's doing really, really well. And I would like to welcome Janki Mataji and Dhruv if the family is singing as well. So Janki Mataji, if you are there, switch on your video and we are waiting for you. Hare Krishna Mataji,
Krishna
Dandavat Pranam, all glories to you. Thank you so much for joining in. What are you singing tonight?
Today we will be glorifying the Lordship by singing Jai Jai Deva Hare from Geet Govind.
Oh, wonderful, Mataji, wonderful. That is really, really beautiful song. And when it's sung, it actually gives goosebumps. Thank you so much. We'll be waiting for it. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.
श्रुत कमला कुच मंडल धृत कुंडल धृत कुंडल कलित ललित वनमाल जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे राधे कृष्णा हरि गोविंद गोपाला नंद जुकुलाला यशोदा दुलाला जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे दीनमणि मंडन मंडन भव खंडन मुनि जन मानस हंस जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे कालिया विषधर भंजन जन रंजन जन रंजन यदुकुल नलिन निदेश जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे राधे कृष्णा हरि गोविंद गोपाला नंद जुकुलाला यशोदा दुलाला जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे मधुमूर नरक विनाशन गरुडासन गरुडासन सुरकुल केली निधान जयो जयो देव हरे जयो जयो देव हरे अमल कमल दल लोचन भव मोचन भव मोचन त्रिभुवन भवन निधान जयो Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Radhe Krishna Hari Govinda Gopala Nanda Jukulala Yashoda Dulala. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Janaka Sutta Krita Bhushana Jita Dushana Jita Dushana Samara Shamita Dashkantha. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Abhinava Jaladhara Sundara Bhagam Drita Mandare Drita Mandare Shri Mukha Chandra Chako. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Shri Radha Mukha Chandra Chako. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Radhe Krishna Hari Govinda Gopala Nanda Jukulala Yashoda Dulala. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Tab charane pranatavyam iti bhavaye iti bhavaye. Guru kushalam pranateshu. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Shri Jaya Deva Kuberidam Kurute Mudam Kurute Mudam Mangala Ujjvala Geetam. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Shri Jaya Deva Kuberidam Kurute Mudam Mangala Ujjvala Geetam. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Radhe Krishna Hari Govinda Gopala Nanda Jukulala Yashoda Dulala. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Radhe Krishna Hari Govinda Gopala Nanda Jukulala Yashoda Dulala. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Jayo Jayo Deva Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Wonderful, wonderful. It's really, there's a lot of emotion behind this song, written by Srila Jayadev Goswami. It's so dear to Lord Jagannath that it's sung as a Mangal Aarti every day while Aarti is going on. It's normally not possible for everyone to go and see, but when Jagannath Bhagwan himself comes on cart and the Aarti goes on, and the Shabar Sevaites who are actually doing seva there, they sit there and they have tears in their eyes when the Aarti is going on singing this beautiful song. Uh, it's so dear to Lord Jagannath, and said that when Jayadev Goswami's bhajans goes on, Jagannath Bhagwan is personally there to listen to that song. So thank you so much for bringing Lordships here. We all experience it, all the emotions. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. And Dhruv is doing really, really good on Mridanga as well. Thank you so much for the training. Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. And now it's time to go to our next Kirtaniya. And she is none other than Kapila Brand from Rugby. And Mataji, if you're ready, Haribol, then please
Haribol
start your beat.
Prabhu, Danvat Pranam to all the
Mataji.
Vaishnavas. Jai
Thank
Sri
you so much.
Krishna. Today we are glorifying Radha and Krishna, their Shringar. Shringar means their outfit, their jewelry, and their love as well. So let's all glorify them.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So much beautiful. It looks through description. Haribol, we all eager to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Jai Shri Radha. Jai Shri Krishna. Shri Radha Krishnaye Namah. Shri Radha Krishnaye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishnaye Namah. Shri Radha Krishnaye Namah. चंद्रमुखी चंचल चित चोरी सुबर सावरा सूरत बोरी श्याम श्याम एक सी दोरी श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः. ओम जय श्री राधा 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 जय श्री कृष्ण 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः. श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः. पंचरंगी चूनर केसर प्यारी, पट पीतांबर कामर काड़ी, एक रूप अनुपम छवि प्यारी, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा, जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। चंद्र चंद्रिका चम चम चमके, मोर मुकुट शिर दम 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 के, युगल प्रेम रस छम छम छमके, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा, जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। कस्तूरी कुमकुम जुत बिंदा, चंदन चारु तिलक व्रज चंदा, शरद लाडली लाल सुनंदा, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा, जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। गुम गुमारो घागर सोहे, कटी कचनी कमलापति सोहे, कमलासन सुर मुनि मन मोहे, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा, जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, जय राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। रत्न जड़ित आभूषण सुंदर, कस्तुभ मणि कमलाचित नटवर, रणक कणक मुरली ध्वनि मनहर, राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा, जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम।
सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम। हरि बोल। Thank you, Mata. Thank you, Mataji. So much beautiful and such a sweet melody. We really, really loved it, and we really transported into.
It's all Krishna's mercy, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Krishna, for giving us opportunity to listen from you. Thank you so much. It's really, really wonderful.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And your family as well. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And now, this night is really, really wonderful night. We had such a beautiful bhajan from Janki Mataji and then Kapilavan Mataji, and now none other than, hold your breath, who is it? It's Guru Sevak Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Are you ready, Prabhuji?
Ready.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I mean, it's ages heard from you, and now it's an opportunity for all of us to listen bhajan from you.
Well, I haven't got my normal setup of sound, so if it's not as good quality as normal, apologies. But we'll try our best.
For coming in as well. Hare Krishna.
Can you hear us okay?
Yes, we can hear you. I mean, the volume is a bit low, but it's not a problem, but that's okay.
I'll put it up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Stop.
Ciao. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Such a wonderful Kirtan. We were hoping that it never stops, to be honest. And with the current set of Guru Shri Prabhuji, Haridas Prabhuji was very clear, unusually. Thank you so much. And now it's time to go to our lecture section. And we have lecture from none other than Raghupati Das Prabhuji. His Grace Raghupati Das Prabhuji. So I think he's here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for coming from Vrindavan to here.
Thank you for having me.
In reality, and as well as on the screen as well. I mean, we can see Vrindavan just behind you. Hare Krishna. I think that is a Kusum Sarovar there.
Yeah, and Vrindavan, Giriraj.
Thank you so much.
Vrindavan.
Yeah, Giriraj, Kusum Sarovar. It's wonderful to have you again, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining again. And we are running a bit short of time, so as much I would love to talk to you, we want also to get your nectars of instructions and lecture as well. So I'll leave it to you. All time is with you. With a short Radha Madhav as well, you can sing, Prabhuji. And then
okay. Yeah. So we'll sing very short Kirtan.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Lecture. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jan Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhi Jai Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhi Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jai Pancha Tattva Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jai Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gauri Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. जय मुश्बाद परमहंस प्रभुजी का आचार्य स्तुति श्री श्रीमद कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति ऐसी भक्तिमान महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vijnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshumilitamena Tasma Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitavascha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapti Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalptaru Bhayasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansacharuna Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Eko Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Hare Krishna. So very happy to be here in the association of the devotees from Coventry and surrounding congregation. Hare Krishna. So very welcome to this evening. And today we have decided to speak on the last verse of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So I'm just going to read the verse in the purport, and then we'll have some discussion. This is a famous verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 6, text 47. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoma samayuktitamo mata. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoma samayuktitamo mata. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoma samayuktitamo mata. To read the translation and purport. And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So we read part of the purport. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its root in the word bhaja, which is used when there is need of service. The English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaja. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous. But one cannot avoid serving the Supreme without being thoroughly condemned. Every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus every living entity is intended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own constitution. Failing to do so, he falls down. The Bhagavatam confirms this as follows. Yayasham Purusham Sakshat Atman Prabhavam Ishwaram Na Bhajanti Avajananti Sthanad Brishta Vatanti Adha. Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. So we'll just read one more paragraph, although there is a long purport, but just one more paragraph. In this verse, also the word bhajanti is used. Therefore, bhajanti is applicable to the Supreme Lord only, whereas the word worship can be applied to demigods or to any common living entity. The word avajananti used in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is also found in the Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti mam mudha. Only the fools and rascals deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Such fools take it upon themselves to write commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita without an attitude of service to the Lord. Consequently, they cannot properly distinguish between the word bhajanti and the word worship. So this is a very, very important verse of Bhagavad Gita, particularly when in first 6 chapters, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna has described Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and in the 6th chapter, Ashtanga Yoga. So you find different yogas have been described in Bhagavad Gita. And if you look at the description at the end of every chapter, you find that iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shu Upanishastu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjun Samvade, and then Prathamadhyaya and Ditiyadhyaya, like that, you find the description. So Yoga Shastra, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra. This is a Brahma Vidya. This is the science about Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita is the science of yoga, Yoga Shastra. Therefore, we find that all the principal yogas have been explained in Bhagavad Gita. But amongst those yogas, some of them are prominent, such as Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Although you will find the descriptions of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, then Ashtanga Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So, despite various descriptions, our acharyas considered 3 principal yogas. In the yoga ladder that has been explained in Bhagavad Gita, we find that living entities who are fortunate to accept the Vedic authority, Vedic scriptures, and lead their life according to Vedic scriptures, they are considered Arya, civilized. Just like Krishna says to Arjuna, Anarajustam Swargam Akirti Karmarjuna. Don't do anything. Don't renounce the battle, because this will be Anarajustam. Only eligible, fit for Anarya, someone who is not civilized. So we find 3 kinds of yogas, Karma Yoga. Civilized human beings, they accept Vedic authority and they engage in karma, sakam karma, fruit of activities, according to Vedic scriptures. When that sakam karma becomes surcharged with knowledge and renunciation, then it leads to Jnana Yoga. So the very first ladder in the yoga ladder, the first step in the ladder of yoga ladder, is Karma Yoga. And this begins when one accepts the Vedic scriptures and leads a pious life. Sakam Karma. So from Sakam Karma, Nishkam Karma. One progresses to Niskam Karma. And when Niskam Karma becomes surcharged with knowledge and renunciation, then it becomes Jnana Yoga. Progressive to Jnana Yoga. And when Jnana Yoga is concentrated on meditation of the personality of Godhead as Paramatma, then it leads to Ashtanga Yoga. Now, in the process, there are millions of people who don't progress further to Karma Yoga or just Sakam Karma Yoga. That's why Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Traiguna Vishyaveda Nistraiguna Bhavarjuna. The Vedic scriptures prominently describe the Karma Kanda. So Karma Kanda is below Karma Yoga. Our Karma Kanda consists part of Karma Yoga. Karma Kanda is Sakam Karma. That you engage in such and such pious activities, and then you'll get material happiness in this world in the form of good birth, education, beautiful body, beautiful wife or husband, and good sons or daughters, and ultimately you live your life and go to Swargaloka, Karmakanda. So some 85% of the Vedic knowledge is filled with Karmakanda. Even the Vedic hymns or the Vedic rituals, the Vedic hymns, they are full of the praises of the demigods, such as Indra, Agni, Surya, etc. So when Jnana Yoga becomes concentrated, one-pointed at the meditation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Paramatma, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridesya Arjun Tishtati. So when that meditation becomes a pointed concentration for a yogi, so that is Ashtanga Yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. This is Ashtanga Yoga, 8 limbs of yoga. So such a yogi then becomes concentrated, focused on Ashtanga Yoga. But if someone progresses further, then they come to Bhakti Yoga. So on the top of the yoga ladder, we find Bhakti Yoga. So here Krishna himself is confirming that amongst all the yogis, one who worships Krishna with faith and love, such a yogi, or the Bhakti yogi, the Krishna conscious devotee, is topmost yogi. So this is very surprising, because the devotees are not inclined to necessarily practice Ashtanga Yoga or Karma Yoga or Dhyana Yoga or Jnana Yoga. They are not necessarily inclined. Their interest is to serve Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with faith and love. So Krishna is saying that such yogis, the devotees, are topmost yogis. Prabhupada has published a book, that Krishna consciousness, the topmost yoga system. So here in the 6th chapter, we find that Krishna is confirming that the devotees are topmost yogis. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatin antaratma. Shraddhavan bhajati yamam samay yuktatamam matah. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. So the first part of the purport that we read, Prabhupada is explaining that bhakti, or as Krishna mentions here, bhakti or bhajati. The word bhajati is very significant. This comes from the Sanskrit root bhajas sevaya, service. So when there's a need of service, then we use the word bhaj or bhakti. But over the years, people have misused this word to denote bhakti to demigods and bhakti to parents, bhakti to a nation. So the word has been actually misused. But bhakti means bhakti of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is bhakti. So Pitri Bhakti, Deva Bhakti, Rashtra Bhakti are in a kind of misuse of the word bhakti. Bhaj sevaya. Although in general, this word bhaj is used in the need of his service. So that is very clear here. And Prabhupada gives quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, Yayusham Purusham Sakshat Atma Prabhum Ishwaram Na Bhajanti Avajananti Isthanat Bhrashta Patanti Yadha. That worship and bhakti, worship and devotion, these are two different things. Worship may be used to show respect, to show honor, but devotion or bhakti is only meant for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. The devotees are very rightly situated because they worship the object of worship. So the devotees, the living entities, they are meant to worship. And Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is meant to be worshipped. So Krishna is Aradhya and devotees are Aradhak. So this chapter very nicely concludes that Bhakti yogis are very rightly situated. And what do they do to be on the top of the yoga ladder? Despite going through Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, the Bhakti is very automatic process. And Prabhupada explains this with a very nice example of elevator. So other yoga system can be understood through the ladder. Just like in the ladder, there are so many steps. But nowadays in the modern world, we know that modern civilization is constructing skyscrapers, big buildings. At least in the UK, you will find buildings, some 20, 30 stories. But in America, there are multi-story buildings, some 50 or 50 plus, 60, 70 storied building. So how do people go there or live there? They go live there because they have the elevator to take them very quickly to the floor they want to go. So Bhakti yogis are those fortunate souls who do not have to go through step-by-step yoga systems. They can immediately go to the floor they want, which is the ultimate floor. Ultimate aim of worship is to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So how do they worship? Prabhupada says that it is by great fortune that one comes to Krishna consciousness on the path of Bhakti Yoga to become well situated according to Vedic direction. It's a good fortune for anyone who comes to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is very, very rare. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, you learn from Sri Rupa Goswami that bhakti is very rare. Kleshagni Shrivada Moksha Laguta Krita Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Sri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. So bhakti is Sudurlabha, very, very rare to achieve. Earlier on, Haridas Prabhu and Gurudas Prabhu were singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the Damodar Ashtakam tune. So this reminds us of the coming month of Damodar. Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajmanam Yashodabhyo Lokuladhavimanam Paramrishtimatyam Tato Dhruti Gopya. Entire month we worship Shri Yashoda Damodar, Radha Damodar, Lord Damodar. So the devotees, they get to the highest stage of perfection simply by surrendering to Guru and Krishna. Yasya deve parabhakti, yatha deve tatha guru, tasyate kathita hiyartha, prakashantyam mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. But this is not the case for Karma Yogis, Jnana Yogis, Ashtanga Yogis, Raja Yogis. This is not the case. This is only the case for Bhakti Yogis, Krishna conscious devotees, that they get to the highest perfection just simply by surrendering to Guru and Krishna and serving them with faith and love. Now, how do the devotees serve Krishna with faith and love? What attracts them to that kind of service? So, everything about Krishna consciousness is attractive. Krishna means all attractive. So, this word Krish means attraction. Darshan, attraction. Arna means pleasure, transcendental bliss. So the personality of Godhead that attracts everyone and gives them transcendental bliss is known as Krishna. So the process of devotional service is very attractive because this is simple. Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam Pavitram Midumattamam Pratyaksh Avgamam Dharmam Susukham Kartamapyam. That's why this is called King of Education, King of Knowledge. This is very joyfully performed, and this is a direct process. You can immediately see the effect of following this process. Anyone who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, becomes purified in due course of time, very quickly. Chipram bhavati dharmatma, saswat shantim nigacchati. So immediately that person becomes purified. And with that purified mind, he becomes more attracted to the all-attractive personality of Godhead, Madan Mohan Sri Krishna. Why is Krishna attractive? What attraction Krishna has? So everything about Krishna is attractive. So if we look at the description that has been found in Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures, and also the expressions of devotees, then we can get a glimpse of the attraction they see in Krishna. Sripad Vallabhacharya has written Madhurastakam. Madhuram madhuram asyitam madhuram nayanam madhuram asyitam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram madhuradhipatye rakhe lam madhuram madhuradhipatye rakhe lam madhuram. The madhuradhipatye rakhe lam madhuram. This is Madhurastakam. Adhanam madhuram, vadanam madhuram, hridayam madhuram, gamanam madhuram. So, everything about Krishna is sweet. Madhuram, sweet. Krishna's lips are sweet. His heart is sweet. His walking is sweet. And everything about him is sweet. So, ultimately, Krishna is known as Madhuradhipati Rakhilam. The Vallabhacharya has very beautifully described how everything about Krishna is sweet. And then he said Madhuradhipati Rakhilam. Krishna, who is the reservoir of all sweetness. Madhuradhipati, he is the master of all sweetness. Akhilam Madhuram. So everything about Krishna is sweet. So sweet that animate or inanimate living beings become attracted to Krishna. So inanimate living beings such as the grass of Sri Vrindavan, Govardhan mountain, the waters of Yamuna, the nicely, sweetly flowing wind. These are inanimate objects. They become attracted to Krishna. Then animate objects, peacocks, cows, calves, and Krishna's cowherd friends, gopis, his parents. Then what to say of Vrindavan? Entire creation becomes attracted to Krishna when he plays his flute, Venu Madhavi. Therefore, the personality of Godhead, Krishna, is said to have 4 excellencies or sweetnesses. They are known as Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and Prema Madhuri. Because he is sweet. So he has got these 4 exceptional excellencies. So his playing of flute is Venu Madhuri. When he plays the flute, then entire creation becomes stunned. Everything is suspended. The cows forget to graze the grass. Yamuna's water forgets to flow. The wind forgets to also flow. So similarly, entire creation becomes suspended. And whatever work the gopis are doing, they end up just become suspended like the pictures on a canvas. Some gopi is decorating her body and putting kajal, and then she puts kajal over her cheeks instead of putting into her eyes. So similarly, those who are milking the cows, they are also stunned. Everything becomes suspended. Venu Madhuri. Rupa Madhuri, Krishna's beauty is so sweet. One time on Deep, heard in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna's mother puts so many ornaments in the morning, and all these ornaments are the most precious gems, minerals and gems. So he thought it's a good idea to go to Vrindavan and steal all these gems. So he went to Vrindavan, and throughout the way he was simply meditating on Krishna, as he heard in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he was meditating that he is a young boy, and he has got peacock feather, and he wears yellow garments, he has a flute, and his mother has put so many ornaments on him, Mother Yashoda. And he wears 5 kinds of flowers, Vajayanti Mala. So he was meditating like that. When he went to Vrindavan, then Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, he gave darshan to this thief. So this thief was trying to steal from Krishna's body those ornaments. But when he sees that body of Krishna and he sees the limbs of Krishna, so soft, so beautiful, then he forgets to steal. He wants to steal from his hands, and he can't steal from his hands. He's stunned. He wants to steal from his ankle bells, from his feet, and he can't steal. He wants to steal from his ears, earrings, nose rings, and he can't steal. He wants to steal from his chest, the necklace of precious gems, and he can't steal. So he was totally absorbed looking at Krishna's limbs. And just by looking at the Lord's limbs and touching his transcendental body, he became purified. That is the nature of Krishna's beauty. Madhuradipati Rakhilam Madhura. Similarly, Krishna's Leela Madhuri. So the month of Damodar is coming, as we mentioned, and there are so many wonderful pastimes. Every day is a festival in Kartik. But predominantly, Krishna's Damodar Leela is very famous. Then we have Prema Madhuri. So Krishna loves his devotees so much. So I think we will leave this for the next time. Krishna loves his devotees so much. He drives their chariot. In Vrindavan, he puts them on his shoulders. He is chastised by them, by the gopis. He is bound by the love of Mother Yashoda that she binds him with ukal. So many wonderful pastimes. So ultimately, these devotees who absorb their mind and senses in serving Krishna, they are topmost yogi. Because this is the ultimate perfection of yoga, samadhi. The devotees are in samadhi simply by serving Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. That's really wonderful. We wish that it wouldn't have stopped and we could have I'm pretty sure that we are going to meet again, probably next week or so. I don't know, as per your time, and we can continue doing that as you're building up mood for Kartik. And the description of Krishna's special four potency that you have described, Venumadri, Leelamadri, Gunamadri, sorry, not in the sequence I'm speaking, but yeah, Rupamadri, Venumadri, Leelamadri, and sorry, I missed
Prema Madhuri.
Yes,
Prema Madhuri.
Prema Madhuri, right? So these are the special four qualities which nobody else possesses other than Krishna. So thank you so much. It's a wonderful lecture, and we really hoping to see you again. We really get enlightened when you are here, and we really like to be here. Sorry if I actually disturbed you in any sense in doing your lecture.
Not at all. Or Pujari is ready to blow his conscience.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Really go to temple, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Jai
much.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, Hari Bol. Thank you, Sachinan Prabhuji. And now we are
Hare
going
Krishna.
to Hare Krishna. Thank you for the Tanva Pranam. And now we are going to introduce. Yeah. Thank you, Alpha Mataji, if you're ready, so you can turn off your what you want me to. Thank you.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please continue with the Aarti.
Yeah.
And we'll just begin. Thank you.
Kiba jai ho, Gaura Chande, Aroti Kashoba. Kiba jai ho, Gaura Chande, Aroti Kashoba. Jana Vitatamani, Jagamanalo Jagamanalo Kiba Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Aroti Kasoba Kiba Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Aroti Kasoba Jana Vitatamani Jagamanalo Jana Vitatamani Jagamanalo Dakine Mitaika Kame Gadagara Dakine Mitaika Kame Gadagara Nikate Adetasini Vasa Chatradara Nikate Adetasini Vasa Chatradara Bahu Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamana Loba Gorange Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamana Loba Gorange Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamana Loba Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamana Loba 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Basi ache Gaura Chan Nape सिंहासने बसियाचे गौरचान रत्न सिंहासने आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगण आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगण नर हरिया विकोरी चामर दुलाय नर हरिया विकोरी चामर दुलाय शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे 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 बाजे निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उजवल बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उजवल गाल जैसे वनमाला करे जलमाला गल देसे वनमाला करे जलमाला शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गद गद शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गद गद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संप्रद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संप्रद गौरांगे आरती शोभा जग जन मन लोभा 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 जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभ जग जन मन लोभा निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नमायों विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमायों विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चातारे सतारिणे जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय हो राधा गोकुल नंद जय हो राधा गोकुल नंद जय हो राधे राधे जय हो राधे राधे श्रीमती राधे राधे जय हो सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान 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 जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर प्यारे जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर प्यारे जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव रोहिणी नंदन जय बलदेव रोहिणी नंदन जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय महारानी जय हो सुभद्रा जय हो बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय महारानी जय हो सुभद्रा जय हो सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि जय हो सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि गौरा हरि जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि जय हो प्रभु जय हो गुरु महाराज जय हो निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय हो प्रभुपादा जय हो प्रभुपादा जय हो प्रभुपादा जय हो प्रभुपादा जय हो गुरु महाराज जय हो गुरु महाराज जय हो गुरु महाराज जय हो गुरु महाराज निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल 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 गौरानंद हरि हरि बोल
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for wonderful Aarti, singing the Aarti, and thank you so much to Harishbhai and Arjun for supporting. Wonderfully done. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam to all, and may Sajanand Tashan bless you always. Keep on singing. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And for the Prem Dhwani, can I request Sajanandan Prabhu if you can call it for Prem Dhwani? Thank you.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य श्री श्री माधव चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। साक्षात वैराग्यमूर्ति श्रील गौर कृष्णदास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद श्रील भक्तिवेदांत ठाकुर महाराज की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर्वस्वामी की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री सच्चिदानंद चांद की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। नीलाचल क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद राधा माधव राधा रमन भगवान की जय। सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय। मधुसूदन महाराज की जय। मणिमा महाराज की जय। पंचतत्व भगवान की जय। बजरंग बली हनुमान जी महाराज की जय। गरुड़ जी महाराज की जय। भक्ति देवी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। गौ माता की जय। इस्कॉन कवेंट्री की जय। परमानंद पवन शीला गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर ब्रह्मानंदी। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembly devotees. All glories to the assembly devotees. All glories to the assembly devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you so much, Sachin and Prabhuji, for serving our Lordship so beautifully and so dedicatedly. And Ragupati Prabhu was explaining the meaning of worship is entirely different from meaning of bhajanti, and we can see bhajan priya. The way Sachin and Natashan are decorated, and the markings on the face are looking so beautiful. The flowers are so beautiful. Garlands are so beautiful. And the pagdi is so beautiful. And themselves, they are the most beautiful. And because of Lordships, these all paraphernalia is also looking very, very beautiful. Thank you so much again from all of us. Hari Bol. And now we are coming to a section where we all need to pray to Lord Narasimhadev for protection, because both in our material life, especially in spiritual life, we need a lot of protection from Lord Narasimhadev. And now, as you are aware, we would pray for the leaders, His Holiness Chapataka Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Srila Loknath Swami Maharaj, and all other Iskcon gurus and leaders suffering around the world, and even not suffering, but still prayers for all of them and all those who take care of them. Hare Krishna. And for the departed soul, His Grace Keshav, Gaurangadas, and others, Pradeep Pankhania and Dr. Reena, Lucky Roy, Varamurthy Prabhu, Meenapani Mataji, Dilip and Parvati Mataji, Ankita's daughter, Hiranyada, Shantiben Solanki, Vidar Prabhu's Masi, Vijay Patel, Prem Manji Mataji, Shraddha Mataji, Nain Manji Mataji, Srimati Mataji, Vijay Mulan, Prem Mulan, Gaur Hari's mother, John Prabhu, Devinder, Kishore Bhai Thakur, Mohit Manhar Agarwal, Chandrakala Mataji, Ravitesh Prabhu's Mataji, and all devotees suffering around the world, and general well-being for all the worldwide, as we all need protection from Lord Narasimhadev. Thank you. And now we are going for Narasimha Aarti, back to temple, and the Kirtan will be done by Jai Krishna. He is there. Hare Krishna, Jai Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Hope you are ready for the Aarti. Please unmute and you can begin the Aarti. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Daladadaine. Hiranyakashipu Rakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Eto Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha.
yeto yeto yami tato nasimha.
Gahe Nasimha Hridaye Nasimha.
Bahe nasimha hridaye nasimha.
Narasimhamada Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimhamadi sharanam prapade.
Sava Kara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Singaya Ravita Hiranyakashipu Samrinda Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
Tavakara kamala bharenakam adbhuta swingam dalita hiranyakashipu dhanavindam keshavadita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare.
Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev
Jayo Narasimhadev Jayo Narasimhadev Jayo Narasimhadev Jayo Narasimhadev.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada.
Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Shila Gurudev
Jayo Jayo Gurudev 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 Jayo Shila Gurudev.
Sadara Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sadara Hari Bol
Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. ओम विघ्न विनाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, हरे कृष्ण संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण. Thank you.
Thank you Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Jai Krishna, and thank you so much, Ravitesh Prabhuji, for doing the aarti. Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranam to you all. It's wonderful when everyone comes together in serving Lordships. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Jai Krishna, again for doing the aarti, Narasimha and praying to Narasimhadev on behalf of all of us. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. And now it's time to take a small break to meet again next week with Sunday program. And between that period, we do have our Sangha Aarti time at 7:30 p.m. every evening. And I request you all to please join in that Aarti. And following the Aarti, we have either book reading or we do Kirtan night on Fridays, and it's so beautiful. We believe that we might have even a question and answer session where if you have any kind of question, there will be senior devotees who will be answering to that questions. Thank you so much, and we hope to meet you all again next week. And till then, please keep connected every evening through Aarti and through our group. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Hari Bol.
जय सच्चिदानंद निताय चाँद की गौरांग तुम्ही मोरे दयाना छारी
Joy.